Our today topic is about money supply process. There are three main players in the money supply process. What is the main player? Of course, is a central bank, is the main player which is issuing the currency. The second player in the money supply process is the financial institution or banking institution. That normally they keep the deposit or the reserve that is issued by the central bank. And the third player are the depositors, that they deposit the amount with the financial institution or intermediaries. So for explaining about a money supply process, we know that with every action that the central bank is doing to change the money supply in the society, the holding of the liabilities and assets of the central bank is going to be affected. So in today's topic, we want to study that how the different actions done by central bank, different policies such as tight monetary policy or easy monetary policy with various shape is going to affect the liabilities and the assets of the central bank. Before that, we have to know, I have to introduce the liability and assets of the central bank to you. For simplicity, normally instead of using the central bank, once we are using the T accounts, we use Fed. So which is the Fed is the Federal Reserve, the central bank of US, and then we assume that it is the representative for the other central banks. So we use the abbreviated format of Fed instead of central bank. So now let's get back to the liabilities. The liabilities of the central banks are only two parts. The first is the currency in the circulation, which is the note that we are using for exchange, and it's the medium of the exchange for us. We buy things, we buy products with it. So all these notes and the coins are the currency in circulation, and it is the liability of the central bank. The reason that it is liability is that anytime that you have one of these notes in your hand and then you refer to the central bank is responsible to exchange the note for you. For example, maybe you can go and you can say that instead of this $100 note, I want two $50 note, or I want, for example, five $20 notes. So it means that it's a kind of liability for the central bank. As long as you are holding any note, the central bank is liable to exchange it for you. So that is the first liability, currency in circulation. The second liability is the reserve. Reserve are those kind of amount which is deposited in the financial institution such as banks, or for example if the banks, if for example depositors, us, we put any deposit with the bank has to keep some of this deposit with this and then has to transfer some of this deposit to the central bank. So it is the reserve of the central bank.